Hey everybody, this is Brian with BearCards34, back with a mail day video and then kind of a mini rant. This is totally a first world problem, but I did want to mention this. So, if you saw my last video, I had actually done my first PSA submission, and it was a lot of fun. Turned out better than I had hoped. I still have 3 cards out, 2 autographs and 1 vintage that I'll get back at some point, and I'll show you guys how those turn out as well. But I did want to mention, so one of the things that I used to like, I would use these right here. These are the cardboard gold, perfect fit for PSA. And I had a 50 count. I don't get a ton of graded cards, but I had that, and I've had it for quite some time. And I've always really liked those, so, you know, I put my Joe Burrow in there right here. This is one of the cards I recently got back, and I like the sleeves. They're well-fitting, good stuff. And then I noticed, so I ordered a new one. I actually scanned this code and bought a new package, and it did arrive. But what I didn't like, and this is kind of my little rant, is that they now have the PSA label on the sleeves themselves. You can kind of see them on the back right there. And I just think that is tacky. I really don't like it. We've already got the PSA on the logo. We've got PSA multiple times on the back of the card, and I'd rather just not have that there. It's not really a big deal. I just would prefer that it wasn't there. And so anyway, I looked online, and what I found was the one difference now is on the old version, there was nothing down here with a PSA sticker, but on the new one, it now says recommended by PSA. And so I went online and I was searching for anything I could find that did not have that. And I did find a website that had this image on it. And so I purchased that. I picked that up. And then when it arrived in the mail, sure enough, it has the PSA on the bottom. So I guess I'm going to use them, but if anybody knows of anything similar to, or maybe even preferable to these, with the PSA label on the bottom, let me know, because I definitely would prefer to have it without those. And then now I'll get into the pickups. So this right here, this is a Cam Rising Bowman U from 2022-23. This is the Bowman's Best Sparkle Refractor. And I picked up this card. In fact, maybe this could be another mini rant. So I had this card, just the base card, from a pack opening. And I was really happy to have it because I love the image. And on the helmet, you'll see right here that player up there, if you can see that on the card, that's Ty Jordan. He was a running back for the Utah Utes during the 2020 season. He was absolutely amazing. He had I think it was 7.3 yards per carry as a freshman. He was fantastic. I was a huge fan. And unfortunately, the day after Christmas, he passed away. And he was number 22, so the team made a tribute to him the next season, where they had this game where they played with an image of Ty Jordan on the card. So I bought just a base card it's only $1, but I bought a base card from Burbank Sports Cards back in July of last year. And it never arrived. And I think 3 months later, I emailed them to let them know I never got the card. And they emailed me back, and to their credit, I mean, they did say they'd refund my money. They said it was just, there was a holdup, but they'd get it out to me soon, or I could get a refund. And I decided to just, because it was only $1 and I wanted the card, I said, yeah, don't worry about it, a refund. Just go ahead and send it out to me when you can. I still don't have that card. And I really just wanted to have a card of that image. I forgot to mention, so I pulled one in a pack, a base card, but I gave it to my brother, who is a huge Utah fan, even more than I am. And so I didn't have it, so I just wanted to pick up a replacement. So since that card hasn't come in, I just went and took a look, and this card right here was an even nicer looking card with the extra shine, so I'm happy to have that pickup. Probably never going to get that card from Burbank, and like I said, it was $1. I don't really care all that much, but you would think that just for customer service, they'd want to maybe try to get those out there. And I did pick up 2 other Cam Rising cards. This one right here is numbered out of 299. This is the Bowman's Inception Foil. So happy to have that one. And then one other Cam Rising card. This one is an autograph right here. This is the Bowman's Best University Auto Masterpieces. I really like that image. That is numbered out of 75 right there. What number is that? Number 9. Okay. Yeah, but I really like the image there. It's got a cool little like artistic blurry background right there with the masterpieces. Cam Rising was out all of last year. He got injured the season before. I think it was in the Rose Bowl. And didn't play at all last year. So Utah just moved to the Big 12 now that the Pac-12 has basically is non-existent for the most part anyway. And so it's going to be fun to see him one final year with the Utes, moving over to the Big 12. So hopefully they will have a good season this year. All right, so I'm primarily a football card collector, but I have a little bit of other sports, and being a Utah native, I'm a big fan of the Utah Jazz, so I do collect Jazz cards. I picked up this 2023 Walker Kessler rookie. It's a Panini Father's Day card. I also picked up this rookie auto penmanship of Johnny Juzang. That was only, anytime I can get a Utah Jazz autographed card for under $2, I'll usually pick those up. He was an undrafted free agent in 2022. He actually scored 19 points against the Hawks about a month ago, so I was happy to see that. And Utah had 3 first-round picks this year. Danny Ainge is the CEO, and he's been stocking on draft picks just to see what we can do, whether it's trades or picking up a bunch of young guys and seeing who plays well. So this is a rookie card of one of those guys, Bryce Sensabaugh, rookie card from Panini Court Kings, Rookies 1. And then this is Keontae George, who had a really good rookie season. I was really impressed with him. That's the Prism Silver Instant Impact. And the guy who sent me that card from eBay, I love when they do this. Probably figured I was a Jazz fan, so he threw in a Donovan Mitchell Dominance and also a John Collins Prism right here. Happy to have him on the team this year. And so we'll see. The Jazz had a pretty terrible season. They have a lot more draft picks. They have like $3 million over the next 5 years. So we'll see what the team looks like next year. And then what's interesting is Utah just ended up getting an NHL team. They don't have a name yet. They're the Utah Hockey Club for the NHL. Came over from Arizona, the Arizona Coyotes. So if you're an Arizona fan or live out there, I'm sorry. I feel your pain. I actually watched the final game. And I felt terrible for the fans. That's my worst nightmare, was always the idea of the Jazz leaving town. So I can empathize. Not really a hockey collector. I don't know much about it. I know that I know Wayne Gretzky and Bobby Hull, and I know that it's played on the ice. Terry over at TJ Maxx Vintage Cards and Nostalgia has some great vintage hockey cards that I think are fantastic. So I don't know. I'm considering maybe just buying one rookie card of each prospect or draft pick each year just to have one. And, maybe that might be a collection I start at some point. I guess time will tell. All right. I have a few more local pickups. This right here is a 2023 Mosaic Draft Picks Blue Mosaic. It's numbered to 75 of Clark Phillips III. He is on the Atlanta Falcons. He was a rookie last year and had a pretty solid season. What's really cool, I think, is he ended up changing his number this offseason. So in 2024, he's going to wear number 22. And that's actually in tribute to this guy that I talked about, Ty Jordan. And also Ty Jordan's teammate. Their teammate was a guy named Aaron Lowe. So when Ty Jordan died in December of 2020, a good friend of his, Aaron Lowe, who was also on the team, ended up wearing Ty's number 22 for the 2021 season as a tribute to Ty Jordan. And then unfortunately Aaron Lowe was killed as well. He was shot after a party. Some people that were not invited showed up and shot Aaron Lowe and killed him. In fact, I think it was like after a game, not long after a game. It was really, really hard for the whole team, the community. And so that number 22 is retired by Utah. No one will ever wear that again. And Clark Phillips has changed his number this year to wear that in honor of Ty and Aaron. So just thought I'd mention that as well. Another pickup for my PC. This is a Robert Turbin 2012 Prestige NFL Passport Rookie Auto. I'm a super collector of this guy. Love him. He was playing at Utah State when I was in grad school there, and so I got to watch him play. I was at the Utah State Hall of Fame ceremony, which was, a year or two ago, with Bobby Wagner and Robert Turbin being there. They won a Super Bowl together with the Seahawks as well. And then the next one I have this is Rashid Shaheed. If you're a Saints fan, you may know him pretty well. I didn't have any cards of his, and he's actually been playing really well. He played at Weber State in Utah. That's the same school that Damian Lillard played at for basketball. And there was a game last year against the Colts where he had 3 catches for 150 yards and a touchdown. He went to the Pro Bowl last year as well. This is the 2022 Red, White, Blue Prism die cut rookie card. So happy to have that one as well. And then one final one, a blast from the past here. Scott Mitchell, former quarterback at University of Utah, which is why I'm a fan of his, is because I loved watching him play when I was a little kid. And this card is numbered 350 out of 500. This is a Collector's Edge card from 1998, Collector's Edge Masters Gold. All right, so that's it for the locals. I did have a couple random pickups, so one of them, it randomly popped up on eBay, and if you guys know me, you know I love the 90s, I love that junk wax era. So this is a Randle Inham action-packed card, just a base card from the set. This right here is a promo card, a prototype card for 1991. And so you can see it's very, very similar. It has a star instead of a number. It mentions it's a prototype card, but it's a fairly similar design. And then on the front, same thing. I think they did improve it with the original, or with the actual version. There's a black border on there that is not present on the prototype. But I thought that was kind of cool to pick that card up, and I'll just put it in the binder with that set. Okay, this next one is a complete impulse buy and completely, it would seem completely random, but it's actually not. Okay, so this is a 2019 Panini encased Superscribe signatures of Dwayne Haskins. So on Instagram, there's a guy I follow, he JBS Cards, and he has this awesome Dwayne Haskins collection, and occasionally I'll see his new pickups on Instagram, and I'm always thinking, man, those are some super nice cards. And I know he didn't really have much of an NFL career at all. A couple years in Washington, and then he was in Pittsburgh to try to make the Steelers team. Unfortunately, he passed away. It was just a very sad situation. But he was great at Ohio State. And I don't know. I saw this pop up on eBay, and it just had everything I like in a card. It's a nice signature by Haskins. It's on card. It's a short print, numbered out of only 15. And I got it for a really good deal. And so I'm really happy to add that to the collection. So yeah, pretty random as far as my collecting and my PC. All right, now I'm going to end with a few Chicago Bears cards. That was one thing that some people noticed in my PSA submission. There were no Bear cards. Now, there actually was a Chicago Bears card. Gale Sayers, that's my vintage card that is out. But I don't have that back yet. So here we go. The last 4 cards for today. This one right here, this is a Raymont Harris, Chicago Bears Skybox Impact from 1997. I think this is numbered out of, it's numbered out of 150. See that down there at the bottom. He actually ran for 1,000 yards in 1997, the year this card came out. I always like running backs, always love Chicago Bears, so definitely happy to have that one for the collection. That's my first kind of any card of Raymont Harris that's not a base card, so happy to have that one for my Bears PC. Okay, next up is this 1968 Topps Johnny Morris. If you watched my video, it's not on my channel. It's actually on another channel called Super Collectors Unite. And Dustin over at Dustin and Blake is the one spearheading that channel. If you haven't checked it out yet, go check it out. I'll include a link to the video where I mentioned Johnny Morris. He has different collectors each episode. Some of them share their sports card man cave. Some of them show their favorite card. Mine was on my favorite card. And in that, I showed off this Brian Piccolo A Short Season by Jeannie Morris. And that's actually Johnny Morris's wife. And Johnny Morris talks about that book in here as well. And so his wife had written this after Brian Piccolo passed away. And I didn't have a Johnny Morris card, so I thought I'd pick one up. And here it is. Happy to have it right there. And if you do check out that video, it's kind of long. It's like 18, 19 minutes. This is a long one too. But if you want, at the very end, I have a little home video that my mom took when my siblings and I got to meet Gale Sayers and get his autograph at a card show in Salt Lake City. So if you want to check that out and skip to the end, you can watch that video or watch the whole thing. And definitely check out the other videos from the other collectors. Consider giving that a sub as well. It's an awesome channel. And yeah, so happy to have that one. Okay, 2 more cards and then I'm done. This one right here, love the shine on these. I have a Dick Butkus of this as well. So this is Jaylen Johnson. He's my favorite player on the Bears currently. Number 152 out of 400. And this is the, what is this, Pandora Prism, I believe, is what this one is called. Jaylen had a great season too. Pro Bowler, one of the best in the league last season. So very happy to have this. And this is a double PC because he's with the Chicago Bears, but he also played for the Utah Utes. And my last card, my favorite of my pickups, this is the 2023 Panini Player of the Day. And these are numbered out of 199. I have number 182. And so this was just one of those Panini releases where they'd have the Player of the Day. Peyton rushed for double-digit touchdowns in 5 seasons, peaking with 14 in 1977, which was his best individual season for sure. So very happy to have this card of my all-time favorite player, Walter Payton, Sweetness. Love that card. Anyway, that's it for today. No major pickups, no big ones, but just a bunch of little cards of players that I really enjoy, and happy to add those to the collection. And like I said, if any of you know of any good protective sleeves for PSA graded cards that don't have a PSA here but have a nice clear sheet and fit the card well, please let me know in the comments and I will check that out. All right, that'll do it for today. I hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend and a great week ahead. And as always, go Bears.